but I just came to confess that I'm just feeling so blessed. I'm just feeling so blessed. I'm just feeling so blessed. Wake up every day, big smile on my face. I just came to confess that I'm just feeling so blessed.
Yeah.
Pop it right off like a rocket.
Blah.
Pop it right off like a rocket.
Yeah.
Pop it right off like a rocket.
Blah.
Okay guys, we are ready to embark on our FIFA 20 Manchester United career mode. So as you can see, we already just started the season, yet we want to premiere the first episode with the Manchester Derby. And as you know, Bruno Fernandes was not part of the squad during this game, nor was Paul Pogba. So we should certainly hope to get a win in this match. So our objectives by the board are as thusly stated. We want to develop the youth, similar to Sir Alex Ferguson's philosophy of playing the youth, sprinkling some world-class experienced players to provide the leadership. You can go and win big things. Similar philosophies are being done at Ajax and Borussia Dortmund, so we want to implement a similar Manchester United system here. So we want to sign 4 youth players and play them in 20 matches to help them grow, and have at least one youth academy player grow by 10 points. Now, do we want that in the first season, or does it say? Looks like the first season. I'm not sure if we're going to get there, but we shall try. Brand exposure. Obviously, we are Manchester United, one of Josh's favorite brands in the world, and probably one of the biggest footballing franchise and sports franchises in the world. We want to gain 180 million pounds from earnings and shirt sales within a season. And as you see, we're already 77% there, and we're not even at January 2020. So usually when you're doing well and you're an established massive brand like Manchester United, which is comparable with the Yankees, so when you're doing well, merchandising usually has an uptick, so that makes sense. We should be okay with that. And we also see long-term goal to earn 342 million pounds from media earnings and competition prize money within 3 seasons. So just to put things in the context, the winners, or let's say in the top 4 of the Premier League, you win between 130 and 150 million pounds. So within 3 seasons of finishing in the top 3 or 4, if not winning within, let's say, the next 2 or 3 seasons, we should easily get to that prize money, in addition to Champions League and Europa League and FA Cup finals and whatnot. Obviously, continental success. We're in the Europa League this year, thus we must win the cup, and we are Manchester United. We should be looking to dominate that tournament, and we will. Domestic success, we want to finish in a Champions League place. We're currently in 2nd, which is a great way towards reaching that goal, obtaining that goal. And we have the Emirates FA Cup goal of reaching the semi-final, which should be, and we should probably look to win that as well. And as a very wealthy club, we don't really have that many financial obligations, and thus that is the plan. So as you can see by our 200 million in earnings already, it's ridiculous. So our club worth is 3.19 billion pounds, and it's projected to be 3.34 billion pounds. Let's try to get that to 4 billion pounds by the end of this career, not the season, but whenever FIFA 21 comes out, we should be up to 4 billion club worth. So as you can see, we have 242 million pounds available in our transfer budget, and a little over 2 million pounds in the wage budget. So what we want to do is keep it as real as possible. We want to earn our place in the top 4. So instead of buying a whole bunch of top quality players now, we want to wait and do that in the summer. So we have everyone we have now. So let's see what we can do with this squad. And let's be honest, Pogba's back. We have Bruno Fernandes, or Bruno Fernandes, however you want to pronounce that, in the side as well. So we should be doing quite well with Pogba and Bruno and bossing the midfield. And in the summer, we will look to add strength to our team. And here's our team. As you can see, I accepted a national squad coaching position with England, so that should be a lot of fun playing with those players, see what we can do with that. So as you see, we have Martial, number 9, leading the line with Bruno Fernandes and Pogba. We'll just call him Bruno, right? Bruno and Pogba. In the attacking midfielder roles, Pogba is a little bit deeper than Bruno, as he likes to play on the left, right? We have Rashford on the left wing, Daniel James on the right wing. In that position, we're looking to upgrade, possibly with another Brit. See if you can connect the dots there. And we have Fred holding, and another spot we're looking to update would be the center defensive midfielder position, a specialist. So right wing, right midfielder, center defensive midfielder, center defensive midfielder, and we have Lindelof and Maguire at the back. So looking to possibly get a center back, a world-class center back to pair with Maguire. Not sure about Lindelof yet. He is a Swede, yeah, but we shall see. Luke Shaw on the left. We shall see about Luke. Some people want to keep him, some people want to sell him, get someone world-class like Theo Hernandez at AC Milan. We shall see. And of course, we had Spider Wan, Aaron Wan, Bissaka, Obi-Wan on the right. So we want to look to develop him. Now, if you want to look at our other squad members, of course, we have David De Gea in goal. Dean Henderson still on loan at Sheffield United. We'll see if we're going to sell on Dean for more funds or keep him as a backup. I feel like that wouldn't be fair to him. So he's not going to be, with all due respect to Kieran, you're not going to be good enough to play at this time. And Joe Pereira, same as you. So we'll either be continue loaning you out or selling you. Lee Grant, we're gonna, out of respect, let your contract expire. And Sergio Romero, I mean, the best backup goalkeeper in all the world. So we appreciate having you on our squad, Sergio, and playing that role. And he's gonna get a lot of playing time as well. As we see, Luke Shaw, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson, probably gonna move you on, my boy, because Brandon Williams is here and has established himself. So we might sell both of you guys and let him be the backup and the understudy for the world-class left back. We shall see. Lindelof, of course, we shall perhaps move you to a backup role with Eric Bailly. We shall see. Harry Maguire, of course, the captain. And we have Marcos Rojo, who's on loan, thankfully. He's going to be moved in the summer. Chris Smalling, we're going to send you on your way as well. You're doing very well at Roma. Very proud of you in real life, so keep doing your thing. And I think it'd be a great time to move you on, same way that we did Ashley Young. Phil Jones, you're definitely going to be part of Deadwood FC, who's going to be moving out the door. With all due respect, Eric Bailly, we want to see if you can grow it all, but you might be in a backup role with Lindelof. Nice little partnership between y'all two. And Twain Zavy might be making a shout for those backup roles as well. See, that's the thing about Twain Zavy. I really want him to grow as well. But if I get a world-class, and I mean absolutely world-class center back to partner with Harry Maguire, it may not work so well for Axel. So we shall see how well he progresses with the dynamic growth potential that we all know and love on FIFA 20. Timothy Fosu-Mensah, definitely want to give him a chance to grow as well. He's going to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka's understudy, him and Diego Dalot right here. So we shall see what we want to do with you guys. Lard, we're also going to develop. Foster also going to be a utility player, as is the low, who can go on the right or the left in case we have injuries. So we definitely want to be covered in that position. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he is our right back for the next decade at minimum, right? If we even get that long in this save. Fred, he's our current CDM, looking to bring in a world-class CDM. Matic, you will be part of the Deadwood FC, with all due respect. Good servant of the club, but it's time for you to move on, possibly to Italy, and extend your career, my bro. Garner, we want to develop, of course. Not sure about you, but we shall see. And this is one of our youth squad members from Brazil, so we should see how he grows nicely, get our objectives for youth development. And of course, Tahith Chong, he might be going on loan next year. We shall see. And yeah, we'll see how he develops, because Brant here is a potential future star here. So that you use for a potential future star that you know the function I'm talking about. For those who don't, sorry, but for those who do understand, and probably if you're watching this episode, you probably understand what that means. Scout future star, there we go. And this is another prospect. We should see how he grows. Marcus Rashford on the left. We want him to grow as high as possible. We want him and Martial specifically to get, let's say, because they usually grow together. I've done a couple career modes over the years, and usually Marcus and Martial grow at the same rate. So we shall see, hopefully, them being around 88 rated by the end of the second season, or perhaps the beginning of the third, or end of the third. We shall see. And Levitt, we definitely want to develop. Scotty McSauce, continue to develop and play a role, do a job in the midfield, in the engine. Paul Pogba, obviously one of our best players. I would love to keep him, but at the same time, FIFA usually has this, let's say, algorithm or mechanism where Pogba always ends up at Real Madrid in career mode if you're playing for another team. But we'll see if he hands in a transfer request, always a possibility. And there's that. And Angel Gomes, definitely want him to develop. We shall see. I'm not sure if I want to loan him and Gomes, because I feel like I'll be able to play them in my backup roles. But they also may not be good enough the better our team gets, and they might need to go out on loan. So developing. And unfortunately, Manchester bred, but Jesse, it's time for you to move on, my bro. So no hard feelings. Maybe you'll go to a place like Wolves or Leicester or even Arsenal. You never know. But you shall be on your way this summer, my son. Unless you want to play backup. It's totally up to you. Andreas Pereira, the Brazilian, also going to be part of Deadwood FC. Juan Mata, we shall see if you can come in and, again, content with being the backup. Again, we'll see. If we move on Lingard, Pereira, and Mata, then we have a reason to keep Angel Gomes. Of course, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno came for Sporting like Cristiano. Dan James, we want him to play more of a super sub with his pace and a backup, so we shall see. Obviously, you definitely want to offload Alexis Sanchez and his outrageous wages, for crying out loud. So you're going to send you on your way. Igalo, aka Igolo, we be looking to keep you as a backup to Martial, of course. And Mason Greenwood coming to also provide leading the lines for the youth, our best youth player by far in real life, but also in the game. And of course, Martial leading the lines. He's actually growing to 85. Well done, Martial. All right. So let's take a gander at our transfer players. But before we do that, let's add some left back choices, like how we talked about with Theo Hernandez, who is at Milan. Who am I thinking about who's at Bayern Munich? Because I thought he was also, he went from Real Madrid to Bayern Munich. And why is he in Milan? I'm gonna just quickly search that. Excuse me. Yeah, it's probably different. Hernandez, Bayern Munich. Lucas Hernandez. So obviously they are brothers. And wait a minute, are they twins? They are not. But Lucas is also an Aquarian, so shout out to you, my bro. All right. And let's add Tellez to that list. Also wouldn't mind signing someone like Junior Firpo from Barcelona. Yeah. Wouldn't mind signing you at all, my bro. So we're definitely going to put you in there. So let's take a gander at our transfer list, shall we? So of course, as I alluded to, the right wing, right midfield player that we are looking at adding is of course none other than Jadon Sancho, who has been tearing it up in Europe for the past couple of years. Went away as a teenager and is going to come back as a legend. So looking to bring him in. Possibly Timo Werner. Guten Tag. We shall see if him and Martial could have a partnership up front. That might take away from not only Martial's development, but also Marcus Rashford. So we shall see. It's a little bit different than in real life where you can have rotation sides, but with quality, right? But again, also Mason Greenwood. And if we get Timo Werner, do we really need a Gallo as backup type of thing, you know? So it's one of those things that we're going to see. And of course, out of respect, Serge Gnabry, who's relentless on the wing. I mean, anytime Serge Gnabry is running at you, you're definitely afraid. You definitely scared. That's a fact. However, again, if we're going to get this young man right here, you know, we probably won't be in for Mr. Gnabry. And of course, in that CDM role, we have Mr. Thomas Partey, also known as Partey Time, the Guyanese center defensive midfielder at Atletico Madrid in Spain in La Liga. So he usually has, his release clause has increased, probably because he signed a new deal. It used to be around 40, but okay. Wilfred Ndidi is probably the highest on the list, and the fact that he would be relatively cheap within the Premier League, I feel like I just have to go for that. So there is that. He's probably going to be high on the list. We're definitely going to go for him. Jokore, out of respect and curiosity, I put you on there, but we probably won't need you. And I actually want to add Renato Sanchez to that list. Probably one of my favorite career mode players. I don't even know why I don't even have him on here. He's always going to be part of that. Renato. How many Renatos are there in the game? For crying out loud, man. And he's only 22 as well. Yeah, we definitely want you in there, my boy. Okay, and of course, as you can see, center back option, Rafael Varane, certainly formidable. And if Pogba does stay, I'm sure he would want some more Frenchmans in the squad with him and Martial. And we're also looking at Thomas Lemar as another backup plan on the right, and he can also play on the left and in the centrally, which is a good option. Skriniar is another center half option to upgrade from Lindelof. So we shall see, to play with Maguire And of course, Ruben Neves. I mean, him and Bruno together would be terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I hope it happens in real life. We shall see. We shall see what happens with Pogba, because we can't get Pogba and Ndidi. I mean, we can't keep Pogba, have Ndidi, and have Ruben Neves and Bruno Fernandes. I mean, that's just not gonna work. Tio, of course, Teo Hernandez. We definitely want to think about bringing him in. Alex Telles, the Brazilian left wing back, really. And Junior Firpo, of course, from Barcelona. We shall see. Always a good backup, but if we have Brandon Williams coming through the ranks, do we want to have Junior Firpo, blocking that progress? So it's going to be a wait and see approach. And of course, Renato Sanchez, just a favorite of mine, coach's favorite. So he might be bringing him in for a squad role at the squad depth, maybe play alongside Fred and McTominay if we get Ndidi. So it'll be something to think about. And maybe should I add another center back to that list? Maybe someone like Samuel Mtiti? Titty. Perhaps, maybe, we shall see. Is there anyone else that I should consider at center back? Of course, Kalidou Koulibaly. How could I ever forget you, sir? Just out of respect, should also just put you in there. So again, we shall see. And I'm strongly considering buying all the players before the summer window opens, just so I can get some, not waste this money that we have, because the transfer budget next year might not be so high. So it depends. And granted, I still want to be competitive and just not buy a whole bunch of players at once. Kind of want the squad to grow. So perhaps we can be a little bit more realistic in the transfers. So perhaps maybe only get Sancho and Ndidi, right? Give Luke Shaw and Brandon Williams another opportunity to show that they're worth it. Same thing with Lindelof. And yeah, perhaps that should be the goal. And then the year after, we shall see if we're going to add in Varane, Skriniar, Koulibaly, and everyone else. So that's what we'll do for the time being.
Say what you want at the end of the day, the truth wins, and we know that. Say what you want at the end of the day, the truth wins, that's a known fact. Wake up every day, big smile on my face, screaming out that God's great, cause things are going my way. They want me dead and wiped out, starved out in a drought, but I just came to confess that I'm just feeling so blessed. I'm just feeling so blessed. I'm just feeling so blessed. Wake up every day, big smile on my face. I just came to confess that I'm just feeling so blessed.
And then I made that connecting point where I was just like, hey, people already eavesdrop. If you're out here having dope ass conversations while you're lit, it's like, why not? Why not put it into a podcast? He makes podcasts. He's here outside of the city. Pick his brain. I'ma just be here.